Viewers, I just wanted to give you a preface, like reading a book. You have a little snippet of the book, or the author talks about how it all came together in a sense, and then you go on and read the book. And we have a really good video attached to this, following this. And after that, there'll be a live later on this afternoon, and I talk about this live a couple different times through the video. But I wanted to give you a little history, I guess is what it would be. We moved here about 16 years ago, and had somebody come up and tell us about Fireman's Breakfast. And we said, what? And they said, yeah, Fireman's Breakfast is the third Saturday of every month. It had been going on for, we don't know how long. We were just I was just asking Jerry, and he said way before we moved here, and we've been doing it. We've been going and participating for over 16 years. And it was a way of the fire department, volunteer fire department at that time, to raise funds to help pay their rent or pay the propane bill. And every March was an annual chili cook-off. And the guys would go out and solicit donations for prizes. They'd go to Lazy Boy, and there'd be a Lazy Boy rocker recliner there. And farmers, there were some years that farmers would donate a bottle calf, and a lot of the fast food places would donate gift cards to go there. Anyway, it was a way of raising money annually, plus it was sometimes a chili contest on whose chili was the best. Then it came that expenses were getting more and more, and we always raised a lot of good money at not Fireman's Breakfast, but at the chili, and also, you know, during the cook-off, during the pancake breakfast is what they called it, or Fireman's Breakfast, because the menu was pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon. But anyway, equipment, it was harder to get equipment to stay kind of updated and on a volunteer basis. So the concept came up to be a tax-based district. And the voters between Stark City and Natonia, which is what Stark City Fire District covered, and the voters of Fairview voted to become tax-based. So Stark City Fire Department and Fairview Fire Department combined into one, and now it's called Midway Fire Protection District. Stark City is Firehouse number 2, and Fairview is Firehouse number...
Actually,
no,
it's reverse.
Sorry. Stark City is Firehouse number 1, and Fairview is Firehouse number 2. Well, the fire department district didn't need the funds made from the Fireman's Breakfast, but we converted it into an auxiliary type situation, and there are funds there that if a house burns down in our district, that the auxiliary fund could give them money to help with whatever they needed, and until the family got back on their feet. It's not a lot of money that's given out, but because there's not a lot of funds, but there are funds there to do that, and that's the purpose of keeping the Fireman's Breakfast going, as well as the community getting together. And each month there's different groups of people. There's not always the same, but there's different groups that come at different times. We're trying to build the crowd back up, because when COVID came, we had to shut down, and we were closed for 18 months. We just restarted back up Fireman's Breakfast last June 2022.
Before we closed, we were up to 60 plus people.
Yeah, we were having big crowds coming through. So it's just a matter of getting us back in the swing of things. We post on Facebook the week of, and as you will see, we put up our signs, and a lot of it's word of mouth. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit of the history behind what you're going to see going forward, and why we're still doing this. We have a few firemen come and help out each month, but generally it's just us as a family going down there and doing that. And Jerry's been cooking for about 10 years now.
12 years.
He started helping with the guy that was doing the cooking. There was a couple of them that did that, and you know, people's lives change, and so you know, it's rotated in and out. But the shutdown did hurt with the volunteers coming and helping on firemen and also on the crowd. But we are confident that we're going to build it all back up, and we're going to go through 2023 and reevaluate at the end of the year. It may be that we'll have to stop because it's not effective. We're not getting the community involved like we'd like to, but we're working on it. So anyway, enjoy the video. Hope you can join us for the live this afternoon, and have a great Saturday. Good morning, viewers. This is Susan, Butler Family Farm. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for coming along with us on our journey. Jerry and I have been talking about this based on a comment that was made to us from, I think it was a live that he was on, and I believe it's, and if I offend somebody or miscredit somebody, I'm sorry, but I think it was Jesse of Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, mentioned on a live that Jerry was participating in a while back that, you know, you can do lives with, you know, like a walk around of your town and whatever. And I've been not opposed to lives, but not enamored with them, and I'm trying to get my head wrapped around it. So the best I could do with working towards a live is to do sort of, this is my neighborhood, what's in my neighborhood, and share that with y'all. So I know a couple times I've videoed quick snippets, meaning 3 or 4 minutes, of what goes on in our Stark City community once a month. And that is our Fireman's Breakfast. And it's held here at our firehouse. And I'm going to take you along with what I do in preparation of the breakfast, which takes place on the 3rd Saturday of every month. So we restarted it after COVID. We restarted it last, I think it was June. And I'm just going to show you all what I do to prepare for this tonight. And then Jerry's actually going to do a live while he's doing the work. So I'm down at the fire hall here in Stark City. There's our sign. The city's built this pavilion out here for picnicking and stuff during the winter. And right now we're going to go into the fire hall and get out of the cold, which it's like, I don't know, 30 some, and there's a breeze out there. We have this side of the building to use for the breakfast. And I'm here to do the inventory for a shopping list. I go to Walmart once a month because that's our local, and there's an extra stop I have to do because Walmart doesn't sell some of the stuff. So I've got this propped up. I check the refrigerator from what's left over from last time so we don't rebuy. And this cabinet over here keeps supplies and stuff, like it's got cups and seasonings and just stuff, napkins, bags for the trash. But my main purpose is to make my list based on, I didn't bring a pen, based on fill in the gaps, because I know what Jerry needs to do the cooking. Because I've been doing this for, I don't know, a few years. quite a few years. But let's take a look in the fridge here and see what we got. Okay, so this coffee and this can go over this one. Okay, definitely, bring this over here. Need a box of eggs. And I know I'm gonna cry when I have to pay the price for it. Okay, we do, our menu is pancakes, eggs cooked to your style, bacon and sausage links. We added French toast a while back, several years back, to the menu. We get like a thick bread and a thin bread, so I'll get that. We also make sausage gravy for biscuits and gravy. So I need to get bacon. I need 4 because he likes to have thick sip, and milk, and the biscuits. I'm gonna get 1 can of that because they're not moving very fast. And then I set the syrups out because, as you can see, they kind of sit in the refrigerator, they sugarize, but I set them out in the morning so that they get room temperature, which in here is not going to be too room temperature because it's a metal building, so it's still going to stay cold, but it's not as cold as in the refrigerator. So I'm not going to get juice. Get Sunny Delight by the gallons. And our crowd hasn't built back up as much as it was before the COVID came and we had to shut down. So you don't need to buy as much. I think we're all good on butter. That needs to be washed out. I think it's good on, I think I'll get some oil. And we have sugar and cream when we serve it. We have some, not eccentric eaters, I don't mean that, but they like peanut butter on their pancakes, I think it is. Somebody should have took the milk home last time and we didn't. So. Okay, so that's all that's refrigerator. Then I've got enough bread, I think, to do to do the French toast. And I need to get some hash browns. I think I need to get 2 more of those. And sausage for the sausage gravy. We do half a package of sausage, so I'm going to take one out, cover it, and let it defrost. And I'm going to get another bag of these sausage links. Let's see. Okay, so I think no sausage links. I'm gonna get 1 bag. Jerry said check parchment paper, foil. Did you know, fun fact, I was intrigued, that Reynolds makes the foil, and they also made parchment paper. And I guess there was a decline, and I don't have everything down pat, but the essence of this story I heard is kind of like the Paul Harvey, now you know, or that's the way it goes, or however he does it. But anyway, Reynolds was going to stop making parchment paper. And quilters heard about this and did a mail campaign, whether it was snail mail or email, I'm not sure. But this quilters went and contacted Reynolds and says, hey, you can't do that. We use parchment paper. We use it for, what is it, applique, to be able to cut pieces out for applique. It's a template of sorts. So Reynolds backed off of their closing that unit down in their plants or whatever, and continued making parchment paper. And I heard that, and I'm going to look in the store because I'm intrigued by it, at Reynolds Parchment Paper, supposedly there's tips or usage of parchment paper on the boxes now. So I'm going to check that out when we go into Walmart today, just to see if that part's true. But anyway, just a little fun fact. Right now, I think I've got everything on my list. So we are going to get in the car and drive to Walmart, and then I'll take you shopping with me. So I'm parked into Walmart, and we're walking into the grocery side, and I think we get everything here except maybe the links. I have to go to another store. We'll see. Walmart keeps changing things up, and we'll just see what we can get. But hang in there, and I hope you enjoy this. Okay, here's our list, and I kind of have a routine that way that I go throughout the store. We'll see how this works. And I think I'm going to, so here we go. And I'm going to not have people on my screen because I don't have their permission. So let's go down this way, and frozen food, because we're going to look for links and hash browns. It's hash browns. And I really want the hash browns that are in the box. So I don't want the bag because these aren't formed. And we want the formed ones. So that means, let's just double check because I don't want to miss them. Okay, so they don't do the ones in the box anymore. And I will have to go down to the other grocery store, Ramey's. They do have the pork link sausage, and our list says we need to get another bag, so that's what we got. So there's one. Okay, so hash browns will be at another store. Now we're going to go back to the refrigerator part. Here means I park my basket and then I walk to get what I want. And we need to get thick bacon, and I think I said 4 because I remember having 6, so $5 for a package. 4. Let's see, get the milk over here. Milk, gotta find the biscuits. Biscuits are kind of a controversial thing because my older son says one kind and my husband says another, and for the biscuits and gravy. So I think I want these are the cinnamon rolls. I think I don't want flaky. You don't do flaky with biscuits and gravy. And sometimes I have to help them get things restocked. Okay, so those are flaky. There's no more of those. Might have to buy, we don't want butter tasting. We want buttermilk. We don't want flaky layers. We just want I don't, that's cinnamon rolls. I think, here's buttermilk. Buttermilk biscuits. And these are the flaky layers. Don't want flaky layers. Those are butter. Here we go. This is what we want for biscuits and gravy. So I'm just going to get one because we already have one. And there hasn't been a lot of requests for biscuits and gravy. So now to get the milk and the eggs. Milk for make the gravy. That's what they've always done for years. And looks like they're stocking up eggs. So I'm actually going to be getting a box of eggs. So let's see what we got down here. Box of eggs is 5 dozen, I think it is, and they went through all 5 dozen that I had stocked up before. So 5 dozen, $20. Coming in a nice little box. It's easy to pull up. So here we go. But they are restocking. Looks like they've been empty for a while. But 5 dozen, $20. So that's 4 dozen. No, $4. Excuse me. 4 dozen. $4 a dozen. Good Lord, Susan. Okay, I had to stop and go on the Walmart.com to find out where they have crock pot liners. I was drawing a total blank. And we're looking for crock pot liners because that's where the gravy goes into for biscuits and gravy to stay warm and be served from. But it's a pain in the butt to be cleaning out. So they asked me to get some crock pot liners, which happens to be in the same section that what do you call it? My parchment paper's in. So I'm going to double check and look at that like we talked about earlier and see what it says. So hang on here. Well, this particular roll or size, oops, here we go, doesn't show anything about quilting. So I'm not saying that it's a hoax, and to be honest with you, I don't remember where I heard this, but I'm going to look further into it and get back to you. I do not see any oven liners. They've got oven bag, I'm sorry, crock pot liners. I see sheets in different sizes. I see oven bags, foil sheets. They've got freezer paper, butcher paper. They even have nonstick grill foil, which I'll be getting later in the year. They have some air fryer liners, but I do not see any, crock pot liners. So we'll look at Ramey's when we go down the road a bit. Okay, we're at the checkout line. I'm going to load it up and check out. I had my camera on, but your face is not on. They didn't ask your permission yet, so I'm doing a video for our YouTube channel for our Fireman Breakfast tonight. Okay, I don't know if you heard what the end result on the bill was. So it was, we spent $68.32. We still have to go to another store, but it just means we need to have donations, which is how the Fireman's Breakfast work, is all by donations. If you can pay, fine. If you can't, just come for the community and the spirit and the neighbor stuff. So we have one more stop to make and then back to the fire hall. Okay, on this grocery tour for Fireman's Breakfast, this is my second stop in Neosho King Food Saver. It was Ramey's when we moved here, so it's stuck in my head that it's always going to be Ramey's, but it's actually King Food Saver. It's a employee-owned food chain, grocery store chain. So we're going to go in here and look for crock pot liners and hash browns. Here is for things just easier to do instant sure what I can hear is someone with this camera. Let's see what we got. If I remember right, they were in the middle of I'm not seeing them in the form that I want, which is already the it's a square. That's what he likes to cook with. And I'm not seeing anything like that. They just have hash browns diced up loose. And he's not going to make those into patties and stuff. Jerry just doesn't have the time for that. So I have one other quick store to stop at on the way out of town, so we'll do that. But right now, let's go look for the crock pot liners. Okay, let's try. And to be honest with you, I don't care if it's generic or not. So let's see what we got. Here's the foil, garbage bags, slider bags, freezer bags, and then those are all different types of trash bags. So down here they've got some specialty things, flip up sheets. There we go, here's some best. Okay, so I'm going to be economical. And one of these, which has 4 liners in it, so that'll last for 4 months. And then, as opposed to 4 liners with Reynolds, which is $2.18. So I'm going to go with the store brand, $1.85. So we've got the liners. Now we're going to go down to Family Market and see if they've got the hash browns. And if they don't, we'll have to go to Plan B, which is from my house. But I think I can find them, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, this is our third stop for Fireman's Breakfast grocery shopping. In years past, it only took one stop at Walmart, but Walmart started to not sell thick bread for our French toast option, so I had to go to King Savers, so that started that. Now I'm having issues with, I had issues with links, which I would fulfill at King Saver, and now King Saver doesn't have hash browns. They had the liners, which Walmart didn't have the liners or the hash browns. So we're going to see if Family Market has the hash browns, and hopefully they do. And like I said earlier, if they don't, then Plan B will go into effect. Freezer section, and let's see. French fries, tater tots, and O'Brien hash browns loose. So it looks like we will go to Plan B. Okay. Back at the fire hall, we're going to unload the groceries, put things where they go, and then head home for the afternoon. I know Jerry's planning to do a live tonight. We'll see how that works out. But right now I'm going to set this up so you can see, and I can get the groceries in and not have to worry about dropping the camera. So hang in there. One more load. That's it for unloading. Now we'll get things put away. Tell Jerry about the light in the fridge. Okay. You know the deal of first in, first out? Well, bacon, 2 packs that were left from last month are sitting in the front, and these 4 new ones will go in the back. Make sure I got, yeah. Okay. 2 cans of biscuits should be enough. Oil needs to go in the cupboard. Okay, bread's defrosting, liners for the crock pot. Syrup is all, I think we're good. So about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I think, they'll be alive, and hope we have a good crowd. I just posted another little short video I did earlier, and I'm going to close this out with a sign. A few years back, the Fireman Auxiliary, maybe it was still the fire department when we were funding that, and I'll explain that in another clip. But anyway, we had signs made that are posted Saturday morning, day of the breakfast, and they're on the opposite ends of town in directions where we've got a lot of traffic going. So this is the end of the video part of today. We will be going live probably, I'm going to say, between 4:30 and 5 Central Time, and it will be in the actual fire hall. So thanks for going with us, and hope you enjoyed the video.